Hey everyone, it's Albie. Welcome back to my channel. I have a wonderful review for you today. I just finished The Lady Gets Lucky by Joanna Shupe, and oh my gosh, it is amazing. Like, it's literally one of the best romances I've ever read. like, um, it's just I just can't believe how good it was. Like, I didn't want it to finish. So we have our two main characters are Alice Lusk, who is a shy sort of wallflower heiress, and our hero is Christopher. He goes by Kit. So Christopher Ward, aka Kit. And it's just a very passionate, caring, sensual romance. So the happenings of this book start at the same time as book one. This is book two in the series, the Fifth Avenue Rebels. Rebels. And book one is the Heiress Hunt, which I read and reviewed, I believe, earlier this year, and that was a 5-star read for me as well. So this happens basically on the same weekend or week as the happenings of the Heiress Hunt. I would say go ahead and read the Heiress Hunt first, just because like a third of this book takes place during the same time as like 90% of the book of the Heiress Hunt. And so you're going to get some spoilers for book one for sure. If you don't mind spoilers with a romance, I mean, basically, the couple will most likely end up happily together. Then I'd say you can go ahead and read this. But if you don't want any sort of spoilers or twists that you don't see coming in the first book, I would say read book one, which is the Heiress Hunt. That was a 5-star read for me. And then read this, The Lady Gets Lucky. But this was a 6-star. Honestly, it was like a 7 out of 5. Like, it was just super, super good. So Alice, like I said, is a shy heiress. She is there at Newport Beach with Christopher, as well as Harrison Archer and Maddie Webster, who are from book one, as well as some other characters like Nellie, and the Duke Lockwood is there as well. He plays a pretty big part in book two. I don't think Preston was at Newport Beach. So basically, the happenings of the first book, The Heiress Hunt, is Harrison Archer is looking for a bride. He needs to have an heiress to get like the family estate in his name. It's sort of like he has to be married to get the ownership of the company, sort of thing. And so his friend Maddie, his childhood friend Maddie, is like gets together these young women and a few young men to, like, I don't know if it's her house, probably is her house, like her summer house, and it's in Newport Beach, which is, I believe, in New York. I guess it's sort of like the Hamptons, essentially. So if you know, like, Real Housewives of New York City or Ina Garten, Barefoot Contessa, that's the Hamptons, which is very luxurious and elite. And back in this time, Newport Beach and like Cape Cod were just huge respites for the New Yorkers, as was the Hamptons, I believe. I'm not a full New York historian, but I like the Hamptons. I like the aesthetic, I guess, of all that. But yeah, so that's sort of the premise of why they're all there. And the story begins with Christopher. It's after dinners and drinks. He's returned to his room. He's like beginning to undress, and here's a light. I think he says like a feminine tapping at the door, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm already tired." Apparently, before the beginning of the book, he had seduced and slept with a female chaperone of one of the young ladies at the getaway. And he's already sort of like, I don't know if I have it in me to have another tourist tonight. I already went a little crazy this afternoon, sort of thing, which is so funny for his character. I love it. And in pops this shy young woman, Alice. And he's like never spoken to her before. He's seen her. She's pretty, and he knows that she's very rich. And he's of means too. He's not like the wealthiest man, but I mean, he wouldn't be at this shindig without having some money and status. But she knocks on the door and basically asks him, Christopher, aka Kit, for lessons in how to seduce a man. So Alice is super shy. She has no confidence, especially when it comes to engaging in conversation, not only with women and girls her age, but also with men. So she wants to be able to converse with a man and actually seduce him if she wants. Not to like secure the bag before marriage, but to basically get any man she wants, to have this aura, this feminine power, so to speak, over a man, and get to choose what she wants. If she wants, if she's like a, that stupid scale of, 0 to 1, 0 to 10, 0 to 1. She's like a 7 or whatever. She's, in my book, she's a 10. But she's like a 7 or whatever, and she wants to, chat up and, marry a 10. I think she thinks with the help from Kit, she can get this securing of the bag, so to speak. So, yeah, he kind of is a little scared to partake in this game, so to speak, with Alice because she is a virgin. She's very shy. He doesn't really like to mess around with very proper ladylike virgins. And Maddie basically told him, Maddie Webster from, you'll get it. Maddie basically told him, like, if you mess or touch with one of these girls at this party, I will cut off your favorite appendage. And so he's like, I'm not going to touch anyone. He only seduces the chaperones, apparently. And so he's like, begrudgingly, he's like, I don't know. I don't really want to lose my best friend, sort of thing. And, but she makes a bargain with him. I think she either heard or he brings up that he has a separate club about to open. And Maddie is really good friends with Chef Franconi, who is the head chef of the Fifth Avenue Hotel, I believe is what it was called. And she's known him for a long time. I think her family sort of brought him over from Boston to New York City to the Fifth Avenue Hotel. I believe that's the name of the hotel. And he's a very renowned chef. And this kind of whets Kit's appetite for this whole exchange, because he really would love to have a top chef at his supper club. But he sort of knows he probably couldn't get this A-list chef to go from the Fifth Avenue Hotel to his like unknown supper club. So he's like, Alice is like, well, maybe I can get him to write out the recipes. You can hire a really good chef and he can just follow these recipes. And you can get like the 10 dishes that you love from Chef Franconi and have them at your club. So he and Alice decide, well, this might work. And wow, just so passionate, so caring. The whole like pseudo student teacher thing was very spicy. It was just super romantic. Like, Kit is definitely that like super masculine, macho, alpha male, but without being a jerk. Like, he has that like big dick energy without being a big dick with his attitude, if you know what I mean. He's like, but equal parts like man whore equals gentleman. It's just like perfect. And Alice is just this wonderful heroine. I loved how she was like, she wasn't necessarily innocent. Like, she knew what was going on. She wasn't just completely like flabbergasted, but she was like very like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I saw you shirtless, cover up sort of thing, to, her being a very fast student. And Kit really enjoys that as well. And oh my gosh, there were so many funny like laugh out loud moments in this book as well. There is a scene where Alice is like, wants Kit to basically pull all the stops in how he seduces a woman. She wants to she wants to know what flirting looks like, essentially. She is so pure of heart and like has no idea if she's even being flirted with at any times. So she asks him to basically flirt with her to the point of seduction without actually seducing her. So he's like beginning to like pull all the charms, the low voice, the I'm gonna get close to you sort of thing. And she's like, that's the best you got? And it really messes with Kit. He gets like, he's not like pissed off or anything, but he's just like, so like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm pulling out all the stops. Any other woman would be like ripping my clothes off by now. And she's like, that's the best you got? I just love those scenes. and just so much passion and just such a caring romance. Like, it wasn't one where it was like one was in love with each other. It was very like, I want you but I can't have you because of societal standards. And to me that's very spicy. That's very hot. I love that sort of like, it's taboo but in like a, it doesn't exist in this world sort of taboo sort of sense, with the whole decorums of manners and etiquette and all that stuff. And I just absolutely ate this book up. And I will say another big trope, if you're looking for it, is this to me is definitely like a foodie romance. Cooking and eating, pun intended, are big parts of the story. So there's definitely like the whole chef thing with Chef Franconi. And Alice has been taught a lot of dishes by the chef to the point where she actually does some cooking herself in the story. Don't want to give too much away. But, I mean, if you're a big food person, there was dishes I've never really heard of, and I don't eat a lot of really extravagant foods. I have like a lot of food allergies, blah, blah, blah. But if you like food romances or like foodie romances, this is definitely one you want to pick up. This is set in the Gilded Age of America. So this is an American story. So it's set in America and it's during the Gilded Age, this is 1895. So if you're looking for that, I know there's I believe a historical romance readathon in May. So this will be American Gilded Age foodie romance. I don't know what's on the, like, there's like a playing card or something. But I definitely would pick up this book, especially if you've already read book 1. But oh my gosh, so good. Some triggers I'll go over are there's a character, a minor character with alcoholism, and a minor character does die in the book, and that is a turning point in the story. But this person is a secondary character. It's not the hero or anything, but you know, just be aware that if you've had a loss of a friend recently, you might need to wait on this book because it's a heavy loss for the characters, and it's sad in the book and everything. Also say there is some childhood verbal abuse, especially with our hero, and there's some parental verbal abuse and parental shaming by our heroine's mother. Nothing too severe, but I mean it is present. So I would say that those 4 items, those 4 items are the main triggers to look out for in the story. I always write them in my written description, which is in the description box down below. They're also written on my Goodreads review, etc. I just absolutely love this story. Like the cover, I found out, I haven't watched the video yet, but Joanna Shupe did the author hangout, I believe that's what it's called, with Jessica from Peace Love Books XO. And I can't remember her name, but it's like her YouTube is She Reads and Sings, or Emma Reads and Sings. I can't remember her name. They did a author hangout chat with Joanna Shupe, and apparently this was a unused photo from like either the 80s or something from Elisa Kleypas book. I would assume from this was most likely like a step back art. I love it. It is the most beautiful cover I've seen in a romance novel in a really long time. Like, this is a vintage one, Joanna Lindsay, and look, it gives the same energy. They are both beautiful. I actually love this one more. I love purple, so. And this is by the artist, the artist Anna Klimt. She's the cover illustrator, and the cover design was by Guido Carotti. So I just love this cover. And book 3 has a beautiful cover as well. The Bride Goes Rouge is book 3 in the series, and it comes out May 24th, 2022. I have already pre-ordered it, and I will be reading it and reviewing it very soon because I just loved this book, and I've loved the series. Book 1 was a 5. This one is like a 6.5, 7. I loved it so much. And that is called, I believe I said, The Bride Goes Rouge. So I love this book so much. I love the series. Definitely check it out. It's been an awesome book. I've loved it. I read it in like 3 days. I loved it. I've said that like 100 times, but you get the point. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed my review. Hopefully you pick up this book. I would say read book 1 and then jump into book 2. just because it kind of overlaps a lot for the first third of this book, and it's kind of spoils, so, you know. Don't forget, excuse me, don't forget to like, comment, as well as subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at I'll Be Reading Romance, and I'll see y'all soon for another video. Bye, everyone.